So just spread your toes, lift and roll the shoulders. Today's class will have a summer solstice theme.
Oh, right.
Ish.
Not too energetic, no.
No, not too energetic. So lift and roll the shoulders. Turn your head to the left. Breathing to come to the center, and then breathing out, turn the head to the right. Turn the head to the left and turn the head to the right. Come back to the center, lift and roll the shoulders. Step your feet a little bit apart to be comfortable, and just let's start with swaying from side to side. So a reminder that this moves all the energies in, you'll find in Ayurveda, starting with the Apana energy, the lower energy, the elimination energy, getting rid of stuff mentally and physically. All the way up to the upward energy, the Udana energy. The side to side movement is Samana energy. You've got prana, of course, around the whole body, and vyana.
You have to remember the terms.
Yeah.
Prana.
Just think of 5 energies that are said to circulate the body and to give ultimate health. And the cessation, the slowing down or stopping of the energy, is what can cause us problems. So mentioning arthritis, there's a kind of slugging up of energy, and toxins accumulate around the joints. You really get that crunchiness. So increased blood flow to the area can help, or just keeping things gently moving. And then just come to lifting and rolling the shoulders. If you need to move your feet, then do. And once more, turn the head to the left and turn the head to the right. Come back to the center. Place your hands on your waist. Perhaps step out a little bit again to your comfort as you start to swirl the hips. Just softly bend the knees. We're back to that lower energy movement here, around the lower abdominal area, and this lower energy is the foundational energy. So this needs to be right for everything else to be right. And then just swirl in the opposite direction. And then just lower the hands. Maybe bring your feet a little bit closer as you bend the knees and slide your hands down to above the knees. Just circle the knees a few times in one direction. And then circle the knees a few times in the other direction. And then pressing the feet down to ease yourself up. Use your fingers if you need to help yourself up. And again, ankles now. Just step one foot forward and circle, lift a heel and circle one ankle in one direction. And then in the other direction. And then lower. And then lift the other heel, stepping the foot forward a little bit, circling in one way. And then circling in the opposite direction. And then lower that foot, lift and roll the shoulders. And then just shake the hands out. So this is beginning to move on the arthritis.
Yes, this is The shaking of
the shaking of the hands.
Releases tension.
Tension. I mean, you can be quite fluid with your body and just shake everything.
So dancing is nice. I miss dancing.
Dancing.
It's a lot of this.
You can get some very lovely kind of yoga dancing, but it's very free-spirited.
Eastern, slightly forest.
Yes, slightly.
Tired.
It can go to
Beige.
extremes of,
Yes.
There's the whole range there. And then just circle your wrists. But how are you on your wrists these days?
I'm going to have physio next week. It's been put off once because a physiotherapist was ill. So having thought I've got a slot, she then rang up and said, "Sorry, Victor, she's ill. Physio is ill." So next week. So we'll check. I think that's more thorough. That's in the surgery, Littleton surgery.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's okay.
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 Where do you park at the Littleton surgery?
Well, there's the car park. Main car park, near the council office.
Yes, I know.
That's about the only place.
You walk in and then you can walk up the back, can't you? Yeah. You can walk out of the car park at the back.
Yes, that's right.
Until it
That's
does,
probably. I mean, I could try go to Waitrose. So it won't be a long session today, I think.
Okay. And then just lift and roll the shoulders. And then, as Sue said, just take your fingers around the thumb, the other hand, and just gently pull. So that's just slightly releasing along the joint line. Just pull, and just slightly pull.
So on the thumb as well as the finger that's
just pull
offended.
and then shake. And then you can go back to the thumb and just circle it one way and the other, and then just rub up and down. Have you got anything to add to all of this?
No, I mean that's what we used to do in hand and arm massage as the releasing of it and just really sort of massaging the joints. That's the thing. It's just to get as much movement into the joint as you can, so it doesn't.
So the thumb
just make you feel better. Well, I've got arthritis in my thumb, which is why I
each
don't
finger
down
one at a time. So you're just circling it one way, circling the other way, and just.
I mean, any
So your diet is important.
Well,
does it help?
It should be. There's loads of things that you're not supposed to eat.
I think I've had tomatoes. And sort of aubergines.
But to be honest, I find a good balanced diet is better than sort of cutting out massive things. So I don't really bother.
Cheese.
Well, you can, but just be aware, or just notice if there are
too much cheddar material.
If there are any effects, then just
sometimes not everything affects everyone the same as well, does it? So
that's very true. To shake the hand out and come to the other hand, just circling one way.
Our bodies deal with things differently. So
yeah.
And just.
So it's mainly the thumb you're working on.
All of it. Wherever you've got the arthritis, just each finger.
Yeah.
Particularly focusing on where there might be a little bit of arthritis, or you feel that there's a little bit of arthritis.
Yes, I can feel it. The others are okay at the moment, but you can see the lump. They go lumpy. I can see these lumps appearing.
But then, not just shaking your hands out, not forgetting that there you've got the hands, but of course the energy travels down there. Yes. So it's not just the hands and the wrists; it's the elbows. So you can just very, very gently, you've got acupressure points inside the elbows. One, it's where there's a dent. The big one in the middle, and then there's another one. Just on the inside, a little bit on the outside, just rub the elbow.
It's funny because I never thought of rubbing elbows as such.
Well, it's just, if you follow the energy line all the way, there are several energy lines, but all the way down, in order for the energy and the blood to flow to your fingers, it's coming down here. So it's just a nod to that. You can massage your arm, And
I put loads of hand cream on my hands, so that
Lovely.
helps. I do that most nights.
Well, that's good because that helps
Again,
massage.
and then just
Ah,
inside of the elbow and the outside, and then just release. And then, of course, the shoulders, because things can get caught here, just open your arms, hug yourself, and chin down, just rock from side to side. So this is opening almost the upper back and the back of the shoulders. And then standing up, just opening and hugging the other way, chin to chest, and just rocking from side to side. Coming up. And then another point about the shoulders, if you lift and roll your shoulders, and then this very familiar, clasp your hands behind your back, and you can have an open weave. Classically you should have closed hands, but anyway, just what it's comfortable for you. And of course you're opening here, so if there's any compression here,
yeah, okay. Yes, I see.
you're just opening that, just it's an extension, almost a back bend as you lift your chest. And then just release. And then you can roll your shoulders backwards, just freeing off that area, forwards, and then just set your pose by lifting and rolling the shoulders backwards. So hopefully that's just beginning to tingle the energy in the body. So then breathing in, just opening out. Again, you're opening here at the shoulders and chin to chest. So any of the solstices or the equinox is kind of a reminder that we're more than just our physical beings, that we comprise several parts. And so this is going to be a very, very gentle nod to the summer solstice. And we're going to look at salute to the sun, but we'll do half salute to the sun. And then just drop your hands. Lift and roll your shoulder. Hands together at the heart center. This just sets your pose, sets your focus. Soften the knees and circle your arms to where it works for you, straightening your legs. It can be here, it can be right up, wherever works for you. Palms together. And then draw the energy through the center of the body. Soften your knees and slide your hands down to your shins. As you breathe in, half lift. That's lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head, your chin's in. Breathe out, soften your knees and soften your elbows as you curl in a little bit. And breathing in, half lift. And stay here as you breathe out. Breathing in, soften your knees, press your feet down, and you can use your fingers to trace along your legs as you come to standing again. And lift and roll the shoulders. Just raise one arm, bend it at the elbow, the other hand is holding your thigh, and just come over, either dynamically going in and out or just a static, whichever works for you. It's a lateral stretch. Breathing in, come back up to center and lower the arm. And then breathing in, raise the other arm, bent at the elbow, hold your thigh, chin in, then either come over statically, that's holding the pose, or just bounce slightly in and out, come in and out. Press the feet down and come up to standing, lower the hand. Lift and roll the shoulder. Place your hands on your waist. So this is opening the lungs, opening under the arms, which is the upper lymphatic system. And just very gently turn to look over one shoulder to where it feels comfortable for you. And come back to the center and just turn to look over the other shoulder. Come back to the center. And testing our balance today, just lift the heels. Well done. And then lower the heels. And soften the knees, but just slightly coming forward. The abdominal muscles come on, it's compensating the slight turn that we made. And then breathing in, come up. And lower the hands. Come to just tap where the collarbone meets at the shoulder. Just tap around there, that's your kidney K27 vitality, energy, essence, life essence. And if you find that your fingers come down to just more the chest, that's fine. It's also this
It's exercising the fingers as well.
Yes, little raindrops. Yes, it is. This spot here comes within the energy medicine for vitality and health. And then finally, if you're stressed at all, you can just very gently tap over your head like little raindrops. Very hard to contain or think of stress, please think of things while you're very, very lightly tapping your head. And it can be anywhere that feels nice for you, because you've got so many acupressure points all over the head.
Yeah.
And then just release. Lift and roll the shoulders. Soften the knees very slightly, arms up, and just join your thumbs. This, coming back to Ayurveda, is a Vata movement as we sway from side to side. So it's very good for balancing Vata dosha. It's principally thinking about air, and if that's out of balance, you can get pain and a kind of stiffness. So this is a very nice rebalancing movement. You're subtly balancing the hips as you shift your weight ever so subtly from one side to the other. You come to the centre, and then just circle your wrists as you come down. Lift and roll the shoulders, and then opening the shoulders again. Just hold the backs, either your wrists or the backs of your arms. This again will open the shoulders, and turn to one side, looking over the shoulder. Come back to the centre, and come to the other side, and come back to the centre. Release the hands, lift and roll the shoulders again. And coming to breathe in, have your hands palms upright below your navel. Breathing in, breathing out. So if you start to slow your breath down, which is what we're doing here, coordinating the movement with the breath, the blood flows, your muscles kind of your nervous system starts to relax. Your blood flows begins to, when the muscles relax, flow better, which is all very helpful for arthritis, which is what I was trying to say, as well as lowering your blood pressure, respiratory function improves slightly. There's just a lot of health benefits. Breathing in and breathing out. And then just come slightly higher, it's almost going over the aura, over the head, breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And then just rest your hands, palms up, just it will be below your navel or your hara. And just take a couple of breaths, just tuning into where you are today. And then again, a nod to summer solstice, half salute to the sun, arms up. You can look forward or up, that will depend on your neck. Palms together, draw the energy through the centre of the body as you bend your knees. Come to slide your hands onto your shins, half lift. Just slightly bring your tummy in towards your spine a little bit. Breathing out, soften, curl in. Breathing in, half lift. Stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in. Soften your knees, press your feet down and roll up to standing. When you've got to standing, lift and roll your shoulders. And then breathing in again. Circle the hands up Stretch your thumbs behind you, your little fingers in front, so that your fingers are stretching out. And then just pulse your, stretch your fingers out and just curl them in. And again, in recognition of the sun, just almost step out, stretching your body. It's almost like a sun shape. We won't hold that for very long, and then just release the hands down. Just lift and roll the shoulders. And then stepping the left foot forward, right foot is out at about 45 degrees. And this is a variation on Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. So it opens the chest, breathing in, and almost you're breathing out, lower the hands. Breathing in again, and breathe out. And for the third time, you can hold a little bit longer. Your hands can stay or they can go up. That entirely depends on your capacity. And then breathe out. Lift and roll the shoulders, and then step that left foot back. Just sway a little bit from side to side before we come to the other side. That's a Oz. That's a Monty.
Monty. I'm curious to see what we're doing, Monty.
Well, he's scanned multiple breakfasts out of us, between us. He goes to each one in turn to tell us he's starving. So he gets generally 2 or 3 breakfasts, so he can't possibly be hungry. And then lift and roll the shoulders, and step forward with the right foot, left foot out. If you're wobbling on balance, then you can always put your right foot further out to the right. And again, breathing in, soften the knees, and breathing out. So warrior poses are very strengthening. They're very good in terms of helping with osteoporosis. Not that we're at that stage, but they are strengthening. And maybe a little bit further, whichever works for you, and then breathing out. Lower. Lift and roll your shoulders, and then step back with your right foot. And again, just sway from side to side, just releasing that energy. Stillness. And then feet hip width apart. This is a triangle modification, so it looks at a lateral stretch. So hold your left hand against your left thigh, snake your right arm up. It can be bent at the elbow, or it can be higher, whatever works. Turn your arm inside so it's against your ear or facing your ear, and then just come over, chin to chest. You can bounce in and out, or you can stay. Press your feet down, come up, and lower that arm. And there again, the other arm, left arm up, hold your right thigh, chin to chest, and come over, just bouncing. And then coming up. Lift and roll your shoulders. Breathing in, open your arms. Breathe out, soften the knees, the arms circle in front of you. Breathe in, draw the energy towards you as you stand up. And breathing out, lower the energy to the ground. We'll do this a few times. Breathing in, breathing out, circling your arms, dropping your chin to your chest. Breathe in, bring the hands back to the chest as you stand up. And breathing out, lower. Again, out. Breathing out, soften. Breathe in, stand up, and breathing out, lower. Breathing in, open, breathing out, soften, breathing, and lower. Lift and roll your shoulders, Open the palms out to open the shoulders, and then just return the palms. And then we're going to come very briefly to all fours. Just checking in with you, that movement, cat-cow, is still not good for you.
It's not too bad, but I don't push it.
So we'll keep it minimal. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart. And just start by making whatever movement works for you. So if you don't want to dip your back and look either along the floor or up and then round the back, just stay with moving your bottom from side to side. Otherwise, just dip your back and round your back. And dip the back. As I said, you can move your bottom from side to side and round the back. And then widen your knees and come to your elbows, your bottom's in the air, so it's like a puppy pose. You move your bottom back as little or as much as you would like. You might slide your arms forward until it feels comfortable. If you don't find that you enjoy your head down so low, then widen your elbows, make fists with your hands and rest your forehead on your fists, so that means that your head's not coming down so low. You'll still get the lovely benefit of opening at the back and just quite releasing. It's a calming pose. So just find your ideal position, your ideal spot. The more you bring your bottom back, the more you'll stretch your lower back, as well as opening at the upper back. And then breathing in, slide your hands back. And this time, just bring your knees slightly closer together to hip width apart. Just sway your bottom from side to side, but as you're doing so, imagine that you're a fish. Someone's looking down on you from above. So you're almost waving. As your bottom goes one way, you might look over the opposite shoulder. So if your bottom goes right, you'd look over your left shoulder as an option. And you can keep the movement very minimal or just increase it slightly, again according to how that works for you. Your head's relaxed, you're releasing any tension in the neck. And then just look at your hands, spread your fingers wide, and just move your fingers outwards to, say, 2 o'clock. So this is looking at arthritis again. If you find that the weight on your hands is too much, then bring your bottom slightly back towards your heels, and that will take the weight off your hands.
Yeah.
And then you can just turn your hands a little bit more to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And then you can turn them a little bit more. This will get trickier, so really only as far as works for you. And then just bring your hands back to upright again and just turn them inwards to face, the fingers face each other. So again, you're just exploring. And then remember, take the weight off your hands by bringing your bottom back. And then just bring your hands back to normal. And then tucking the toes of your left foot underneath, just stretch your left foot back, and you're stretching out under the toes of your left foot. You can put as little or as much weight on as you want. You can slightly rock forwards and backwards, and you're opening up the lung meridians here. So in a summer solstice theme, it's very much opening and stretching, obviously upwards to the sun, and then lower the left knee to the ground. Just sway the bottom from side to side. And then slide the right foot back, tucking the right toes underneath. You're stretching out now under the right foot. You can just slightly move backwards and forwards. And again, that's just stretching out under the lung meridians, just And then just release back. And then come just for a few breaths to your preferred version of child. So that can be bottom towards the heels. You might want to spread your knees. You can still have your bottom up. You can come classically into child with your palms up. That's quite, might be a bit too much. Or just have fists with your hands and just rest your forehead on your fists with your bottom up in the air. And that can again be a lesser version. Just choose where you want to be. Coming forward is always calming for the nervous system, and here with the chin to the chest we're activating the vagus nerve, which is anti-inflammatory, which is what you want when you've got arthritis. And then just very gently, thinking of coming up by sliding your hands to allow you to sit up, and then come to sit with your legs out in front of you. And flesh out from the bottom if you need to do that. And either pat or rub your legs, boosting circulation. But if you've got a concern on your hands, you might want to rub your arms, rub the backs of your hands, almost like if you're
washing hands, just like, yeah.
And if you remember, I can never remember what it's called, where you intertwine your hands and you do this. What's that? Cat cradle?
But cat's cradle-ish, I think.
Your cat's cradle is like that and then turning it out the other way, isn't it? But
Is it?
Something, yes. It
Just-
rings a very vague bell.
Just choose whatever one works for you. Just,
Yes.
again, it's getting that movement. You're just almost hands together and fingers out. You're just getting into that kind of movement for the hands.
It's the children's rhyme about opening the doors of the church. I seem to vaguely remember.
Oh, I don't remember
It's like,
that.
here's the church,
church, yeah.
here's the steeple,
Open
the door, and here's all the people.
Yeah, so we did it together.
That's it, so you start like that. Here's the church,
Yes.
here's the steeple, open the doors, and here's all the people.
I've obviously had a deprived childhood.
And they're going back about
Yeah,
about six,
we better not say how
about
many.
50 odd years there, I think.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't remember what I had for dinner last night, but I can remember that.
Isn't it fun? I know. Yeah, just rhymes. Yes, I used to do some rhymes in school, so I can
Yes.
learn these rhymes, you know, all sorts of stuff. But that's a good one. Quite clever.
Yes, that's really, maybe that's good for arthritis.
Yeah,
that's
well, I'm good.
Yes. So yes, you intertwine them that way, and then
Yes, it's perfect.
we are. I've decided to
So do that
a
then.
new arthritis exercise
And if you
in
want
the
to,
church.
yes, in the church. Yes. If you want to do circulation to your legs, you can rub or pat or stroke or whatever you want to do. It's just boosting circulation, because remembering that circulation boosting is very good for,
Yeah.
healing and not accumulating.
Sure. Getting all the
toxins
parts moving.
moving.
Is, yeah.
Then just widen your legs slightly, extend your heels, and you'll feel the inside of your leg engage. And just leading with the chest, just come forward. You can come forward a little bit, or you can come forward a lot. Entirely up to you. If you feel that you've want to limit how much you come forward, you can always have a cushion here, which will lengthen the body as you lift over and you come forward less. But it's just a gentle forward bend. You're opening now your lower lymphatic system at the inner groin area. So for the men in our lives, this is very helpful for them for their prostate, health and energy flowing in that area. And your chin to your chest is activating again the vagus nerve, which is anti-inflammatory. So again, coming back to arthritis and inflammation in the body. The itis is the clue. Clues in the name. And then just very, very gently think about sliding your hands up your legs. Just bring your hands to underneath your legs, to bend your knees, to bring your legs back together again. And you can place your right hand behind you and just raise your left arm up. You can bend it at the elbow if that's too much, and look at your left thumb. So this becomes a mindfulness exercise. The eyes up, you're disconnecting the mind from the stress centers of the brain. It's hard to stress out when you're looking upwards. But then bring your head upright and just bring your left hand across the body. You're going to either hold the outside of your right leg or turn your palm up. Breathing in, press your back right hand down to lengthen the body, and breathing out, just turn to look over your right shoulder. Doesn't have to be very much. And keep the turn in the body, but then with your head, bring your head back to centre. Now bring your body back to the centre. And just an interim compensation, just slightly come forward. Really don't need to come forward very much, just hands on the shins. And then tummy in slightly to slide the hands back. And this time your left hand goes behind you and your right arm goes up. Look at your right thumb. If that's too much for your neck, then just bend your elbow more and don't look up so much. And then just bring the right hand across the body, either palms down or palms up. Breathing in, press down on your back left hand, lengthen the body, and turn to look over your left shoulder. Keep the turn of the body as you bring your head back to centre. Then bring your body back to the centre. And just slide your hands down your shins, just compensating again. And then breathing in, slide the hands up. Then we're going to come to lying, but knees bent, feet hip width apart. Take your time. And again, we're just going to, once you're settled, knees up, feet hip width apart. Again, just almost a nod to the sun. Unusually, open the palms up and just move them slightly away from the body. It's almost as if you're welcoming the sun in. Just opening the body out. And then you might like to bring your palms back down again or rest them on your abdomen, on your tummy. And just very gently start to move the head to one side. Your chin is slightly down, just stretching out the neck here. You can stay here for a breath or two. And when you're ready, bring your head back to the centre and let the head move over to the other side, chin into chest. And then choose, when you bring your head back to the centre, whether you want to do that again more dynamically, just sway, moving the head from side to side a little bit, or whether you'd like to linger. And then bringing the head back to the centre. And take your feet more to hip width, more to the edge of the mat. Palms can be down, just to support you. And just let the knees sway from side to side. If you want to rest your hands on your abdomen, that's fine too. Just if you want support, you can even hold the mat just to give support. And your knees can go a little bit away from the centre, or lift the hip off the ground, or you can carry on and go quite a lot down to one side. And you can linger there, or you go from side to side. So again, it's very much a movement to your own preference. You're massaging across certainly your bottom sacral area, back of the head too, as you go from side to side. And then come back to the knees being upright. Bring your feet now back to hip width apart and your feet to a comfortable distance away from your bottom, palms down, and just some mini pelvic tilts. That's flattening your back to the ground as if you're going to lift your bottom, and then rolling the other way so that the tailbone aims towards the floor. There's a gap underneath your lower back. So again, you're almost pulsing in a mini pelvic tilt movement. And then hug one knee into the chest, and then hug the other knee into the chest. You might like your knees slightly wider to feel comfortable, and then just gently rock from side to side. Again, the rock can be a little bit, or you can rock almost right over. So you're massaging along that lower back band, but you're also going across your kind of upper back area as well. And you can alter how you, a little bit, the part of the back that you're massaging by moving the knees either the further away from you, the knees are the lower down on your sacral area you go. And then the more you hug the knees into the chest, the slightly higher up it goes. So just play around with what suits you. And then hugging both knees into the chest. And breathing in, raise the left leg, you can bend it at the knee, and left arm, but you can bend it at the elbow. Back of the hand might touch the ground. We're sort of opening up in line with the solstice and midsummer. And then breathing out, hug the left knee back into the chest. And just recover by slightly rocking from side to side. And then opening on the right side, the right leg goes up to the ceiling, you can extend your right heel, right arm goes up behind you, can bend at the elbow, back of the hand on the ground. Stay here for an in and an out breath, just feeling the stretch under the upper right arm. And then as you breathe out, hug the right arm into the chest. And just rock from side to side. And then just holding under your right thigh to place your right foot on the floor. Hug your left knee into the chest. Just enjoy the hugging in. You might like to circle your left knee a few times one way and a few times the other way. Again, the circle could be small or wide. And then dropping your hands underneath your left thigh. I clasp my hands for added support, and then just raise your left leg up to the ceiling. The knee can be bent, so it's almost an inversion, a half inversion on one side. And then extend your left heel. Release the left heel, And then just circle the left ankle a few times in one direction. And then circle the left ankle a few times in the other direction. And then as you softly bend your left leg, there's an option just to stroke the back of the left leg, or pat the back of the left leg, just behind the knee, just getting circulation into that back of the leg there. And then just very gently hugging the left knee into the chest. And when you're ready, place the left foot on the floor. You can use your hands to support that left leg. And then very gently come to hug the right knee into the chest. Just find a comfortable level. And then you can very gently circle the right knee a few times in one direction. And then circle the right knee a few times in the other direction. And then dropping the hands underneath the right thigh, clasping the right thigh underneath, clasping your hands together to support the right leg. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling. You can keep a bend if that feels good for you. And if an option to extend your right heel, you feel a lovely stretch at the back of the right leg. And then relax the right foot and start to circle the right ankle a few times in one direction. And then circle the right foot a few times in the other direction. And then soften the right knee and just use your hands to stroke the backs of your, or wherever you want to on your right leg, just wherever you feel. Again, it's boosting circulation. And then hug the right knee into the chest. Let the left knee join it, so both knees are hugged into the chest. Then still holding both knees, let both knees drift away a little bit towards arm's length. And then breathing out, hug both knees into the chest again. And you can repeat this a few times to your own breath pattern. It's almost like a self-massage, using the weight of your body to help you. And then just supporting your legs underneath to place one foot and then the other foot down to the ground. You can choose to rest by either just coming into Shavasana, so lying on the floor and using whatever support you need to feel comfortable. Or if you like to keep your knees bent for a dodgy back, or you just think your preference, then you can slide your legs towards the edge of the mat and just let your knees rest. So whatever works for you. And just when you're comfortable and settled, bring your mind to your feet. Just check that your feet and your toes are relaxed. The space beyond the toes, relaxed. The heels, backs of the calves and the shins, relaxed. The knees, backs of the knees, the thighs. Feel the pelvis heady on the floor. And moving along the front of the body, along the lower abdominal area, all the way up through to the stomach, up to the heart, the lungs, Just spreading across the shoulders, make sure that your shoulders are wide and relaxed into the ground. And then moving along down the upper arms to the elbows. And along from the elbows, the lower arms, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the backs of the hands, the palms, the thumbs, second fingers, third fingers, fourth fingers and little fingers, and the space beyond the fingers relaxed. Bring your attention to the lower back and just trace with your mind along the spine from the lower lumbar vertebra all the way through up to the mid-back, space between the shoulders, the back of the neck, and now the back of the head, the ears, and then moving to the top of the head, relaxed. Across the top of the head to the forehead. Just almost feel that someone's smoothing across your brow with their fingers, easing out all tension. Your eyebrows are just smoothed out. The eyes relax in their sockets. And then just run your focus down the sides of your face to the jawbone, along the jawbone, can carry a lot of tension, to the chin and then the throat, centre of communication. And then just from the throat come back to the chin, the lips are relaxed, even the teeth and the gums are relaxed, the tongue's relaxed. And then just focus your attention at the base of the nostrils. Be aware of the quality of the air that you're breathing in. It can be slightly cooler as it comes in, and just trace where it goes. And then just notice the out breath, slightly warmer than the in breath. And feel that each breath that you're breathing or drawing into is giving you fresh energy or fresh prana, one of those 5 energies. Just swirling around the body, giving energy where it's needed. And you're breathing out anything that's not serving you today. Any pain, niggle, emotion, thought. The breath comes in through the base of the nostrils. And you breathe out anything not serving you today. Maybe have a thought for the day. It can be for you or for someone close to you. It's almost like setting your intention for the day. It's called a sankalpa. And think that thought a couple of times before releasing that, just letting that drift off. And then choose to seal in your intention today by choosing a colour and just wrapping yourself like cotton wool or candy in that colour, inside and out. And then know that the intention's been set, you can let that go. You're surrounded by your coloured cloud. It's almost like being in a bubble. Come to connect with the outside world by noticing the texture of the clothes on your skin and the parts of the body that rest on the mat or on the earth, on the ground. And then you can choose to stay here if you're comfortable, or otherwise think about coming out by hugging the knees into the chest. And just one more time, maybe circling both knees together, or hugging the knees in and just letting them drift away, or rocking from side to side, or doing a combination of those, just bringing circulation back to the body. You might want to move your feet or circle the ankles again. And again, you can stay here, there's no hurry to get up. Classically, you would roll to the side, to the right, away from the heart, but however you want to think about coming up, or just stay here. When you're ready, you think about gently coming to a seated position, but as I said, you're very welcome to stay here. And just bring the hands either mentally to your heart or to actually your heart. Take a bow for yourself. Have a very lovely day ahead. Thank you.